going on, YouTube? Bandit says hi too. I am super excited because today is the day that we finally are going to be able to install this K&N Performance Air Intake system. This is a cold air intake. This is the one for the 5.4 liter Triton V8 engine that is in most of the Ford trucks that you see out there. Mine specifically is the 2006 model. There's Bay. Everybody say hi to Bay. Bay hates the camera. But anyways, I'm super excited. The part finally got in today, so I'm going to be making a lot of videos surrounding this part. Today's video is basically just going to be about the installation of the part, and then as I have the part more and get a little bit more experience with it and that kind of stuff, I'll show you guys maybe a video showing some of the differences in acceleration, differences in sound. I might include some of that in this video actually now I'm thinking about it, but I don't know. I'm really excited. I really want to get this part installed, so let's go. Alright guys, so first order of business, we need to drive to the place where we're actually going to be installing the cold air intake. For those of you who don't know why people would install an aftermarket cold air intake, besides just the overall sound quality, it just makes it sound, so much throatier, so much meaner, so much more powerful, but it also does help increase, fuel economy, throttle response, and gives you an overall boost in horsepower. So those are the reasons why somebody would be installing an aftermarket cold air intake. There's a lot of companies that make these, I know Spectre is one of them. Roush actually makes a cold air intake for this specific model of truck in the engine. But K&N, it just had stellar reviews. I got it off Amazon. I'll actually leave that link in the description below if you guys want to go check it out for yourself. And to everybody who has actually used those Amazon affiliate links that I leave below, thank you guys so much. All of that support goes right back into me, being able to get stuff like this, making great content for you guys. So for everyone who has supported me through those links, thank you guys so much. I can't say thank you enough, guys. All of it goes right back into the channel, making awesome content for you guys. So thanks. Step one, obviously make sure your vehicle is turned off, but then you're going to pop your hood and you're going to come over here and you are going to disconnect the negative portion of the battery. Second, you'll come over here, you'll find this little mass airflow sensor type deal, and you're going to pull backwards on that red tab, and it should just come right off. Yeah, just like that. Step 3, you're going to hop over to the other side of where you just were when you disconnected that little red thing. You're going to come over to this green thing. You're going to push down on it and just pull away. So push down on this and then pull to the left. And it'll disconnect itself from this guy right in there. Step 4, you're going to need a 10mm socket to get these guys off, but you're going to need a deep socket. If you guys don't know what that is, just go to Home Depot and talk to somebody. They'll tell you what it is. It's basically a socket, but it's going to have to go over these tall little post type deals. So the socket will actually just slide right down over the top of them, just like that. So you'll take 1, 2, and 3 and 4. All 4 of those 10mm deep socket set, they gotta go. Okay, and after you get rid of these 4 bolts on either side, there's going to be one more bolt right here that you got to take. It still is the 10mm socket, so you guys can get a better view of where it's located. It's just right down there. Still 10mm socket, it's got to go. Okay, I apologize about any wind noise, but after you've got all of those bolts out, you should be able to just wiggle everything free, and this should just come right up. Alright, after you've got everything out over here, you got your little TPS sensor over here, so just make sure this red thing is slid up, kind of press in, and should lift off just like that. And now you've got 4 more 10mm bolts all around your throttle body. This is your throttle body right here. So 4 more 10mm bolts that you got to remove. Okay, after you've got all the bolts out, you're just going to pick up the actual throttle body right here, and there's something that you have to disconnect right down there. So go ahead and do that. Okay, now's the fun part where you actually get to reinstall some of this stuff. So from within your K&N box, you'll have the throttle body adapter, and you'll also have this little guy that, you know, will go over right here. Always be sure to secure your tools so they don't drop. But you're going to need the 10mm bolts that you removed earlier to attach this guy to this guy. Alright, this is what your finished product should look like. Just the same 10mm bolts going back to the factory holes, hooking up to the K&N adapter. Now this portion is going to go back over to where the original throttle body was, and they provided you with some more 10mm bolts right here to put back in the 4 holes, and then you'll just reattach it as if basically the same way that you took it off, but with the adapter on this time. Alright, so once it's installed back with all the 10mm bolts on either side, make sure you're plugging all of your stuff back in as well. So the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to take this L bracket right here and you're going to attach it to the inside of the heat shield, just like how I've got it set up. The K&N instructions and their instructional video on the internet, they do a lot of stuff where they say like with the hardware shown, which is kind of annoying, especially if this is like your first time ever doing something like this. But I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory. You know, you've got a bolt, you got a washer, and then you connect it, you know, with a nut on the other side. That's the way I'm doing it. If I discover later on that I've, you know, used the wrong hardware or something, I'll make a correction. But if not, this is how I've got it set up. This is how the heat shield is. The L bracket is coming in on the inside, and then you've got just, you know, the connecting nut on the other side. Okay, after you've done the edge trimming thing, you're going to take these little nut inserts, and these go in here and in here. Boom. So after you've got these two in there, you got to remove your coolant hose. Alright, after you take out your old one, you're going to obviously just reinstall the new one. You know, you got these hose clamps and whatnot that I'll be tightening here in a second. Just make sure that your engine is completely cool and whatnot. Don't go willy-nilly just running your truck and then disconnecting these. You could really hurt yourself. As always, safety first. Catch any coolant that comes out. I had a little splatter right here, but that was honestly it, and I was able to just dab it up with a little paper towel. But yeah, so after you take off the old one, you're going to put the new hose on. Alright, then you got to secure your heat shield. Some of these trucks, it says might not have a hole here, so it might be necessary to drill a screw in here. Luckily I had mine. So this is how your L bracket connects right here. You've got 1 and 2 over here. Got your trim on top. I think I need to put trim there, I don't know. But anyways, that's what it looks like when it's hooked up. Alright, so on your old air box, right in here, you got your air sensor thingy. You gotta take it out, and K&N provides this torque spit right here. I wish it would focus. But yeah, so they provide you with what you need to take it out, so you gotta take it out. Alright, so in this plastic bag of all your hardware, you should have these like weird plastic type things. These screw into either side of here. There's also a plug, if there's not, two for you. The siren's going off, jeez. But yeah, it goes here, and that's what the installed thing looks like. And you've got this little bracket right here, and this also goes on the side right here. You should be running out of screws at this point, so hopefully it won't be too hard to figure out which one you need to install it. It needs to go up here on the throttle body. Don't forget your hose clamp. Okay, so the next step, you're going to take this piece right here. You should have one more silicone hose, and that'll just slide over the top of that, and then you will connect that with that guy right there. Alright, so then you're going to take your K&N air filter out of the smaller box in here, and this little adapter that I just showed you how to connect, this is going to slide right in there, and then you're going to tighten it with the bigger hose clamp already attached to the filter. Okay, after that is done, the filter will just come down, slide over the top of that thing, and you'll connect it with this here hose clamp. Okay, didn't think this day would ever actually come, but this is what the finished product should look like installed. Got 2 hose clamps there, a bigger hose clamp here. Got the stuff all the way around the heat shield. This is a great time now to just go over the instructions, make sure you did everything right, make sure everything is plugged back in where it's supposed to be. Got your airflow sensor and all that good stuff over here. Make sure everything is tight, make sure everything isn't going to be knocking around or loosened because you forgot that you loosened it over here so you could tighten it over here. Just make a once over, and then after you're completely satisfied with what you've done, go back over here and reconnect the negative portion to your battery and fire it up. Alright, now everything is in there, is installed, everything looks to be plugged back in all the correct places. If you're satisfied with what you've done, maybe go over it one more time and then give it a start. That's what we're going to do right now. Dear God, please help it to work. Alright, that didn't go too well. Okay, so it did not start. Here's why. I had the mass airflow sensor installed upside down. An easy way to figure out if you've installed it upside down or not is when you go to plug it back in, is the red part facing up or down? If it's facing up, you're in business. If it's facing down, you're gonna have to flip it. So your truck will start. Here we go, let's try it again. Oh my gosh, that throttle response is so touchy. Whoa. Okay, so in keeping with the whole like safety first thing, you're definitely going to want to do what's called just like a parking lot test, where you just kind of let the truck run for a little bit, you rev the engine, you listen for any like leaks or whistling or just noises that really shouldn't be there. If none of that happens, take it around the parking lot a few times again. Like slowly build up. Don't just see if your truck turns on and then try and jump on the road. Bad things can happen. Do the parking lot test, let it run for a little bit. If that's fine, take it around the parking lot a few times. If that's fine, then shoot, man, go on the road, open it up, have some fun, enjoy the fact that you just, you know, gave your truck a sweet little boost in horsepower and throttle response and all that good stuff. Okay guys, so first thought, now that I've got this installed, the acceleration is way touchier. I don't think I have a heavy foot, I think I'm about average, but I actually squealed the tires a little bit. Granted, they are, you know, kind of bald, they need to get replaced, but the throttle response is much touchier. The acceleration is much, like the sound, as far as the sound you get in the cabin and whatnot of the truck, is way deeper, way throatier. I used to have a like a really fast Mustang back in the day, and it actually kind of reminds me of the sound of that engine. Real nice car, I miss that a lot. But yeah, I'm gonna get up to a point right here where I can really open it up, and then from there we'll kind of decide. We'll wrap up rather the first impressions of this modification on the truck. So far, I love it. It's great. Okay, one thing that I've noticed also that I want to point out. So before I had this on, back when everything was just like stock and all that good stuff, I could be in drive, take my foot off the gas, and if I was on an even plane, I really wouldn't roll forward much. But I do notice I'm on even plane right now. I'm actually at a stoplight. I'm going to let my foot off the gas. As you can see, we actually start to creep forward. So that is something to keep in mind. If your truck, you know, did that where it didn't really creep forward even when it was in drive, I mean, at least mine has now started to creep forward when it is in drive with this intake. I don't know if that's all in my head. I don't know if that has anything to do with the fact that I just installed this part. I'm just bringing it up because I saw one other guy post the exact same scenario on an F-150 forum when he installed this. So that guy's not crazy. It happened to me too, and it's something to keep in mind for you guys out there. Let me get the number 7 combo, please.
Chicken or steak?
Steak, and the taco that comes with it, soft with no lettuce.
Alright.
I'll do kickstart to drink.
I'm sorry?
Kickstart?
Kickstart. Alright, can you give me one moment, please?
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
If you don't eat Taco Bell, I just don't know. Alright guys, so that's going to completely wrap up today's video. I just want to give a quick shout out to all you guys who watched this video and all of you guys who have been subscribing to me. We're over 200 subscribers right now. That is just freaking crazy to me. It's so awesome that I get to, you know, work on my truck, which is something that I love to do, make videos, also something I love to do, but then I get to, like, you know, pass along all this experience, because like yeah, I'm kind of handy, but like I don't like know everything there is to know about, you know, engines and whatnot. So I'm kind of learning as I'm going as well. And I think it's awesome that I get to like share all those experiences with you guys. Hopefully help out some of you guys who maybe want to learn, but you know, there's really not a good way to go about learning unless you're going to just like jump into a trade school or something like that. But thank you guys so much for watching. That's going to completely wrap up today's video, but there's still going to be a lot of videos coming as far as like centered around this K&N air filter that I just installed, or air intake that I just installed. You know, I'm going to be giving you guys updates as far as like, do I notice an increase in power? Do I notice an increase in fuel economy? You know, how am I adjusting to the throttle response? Like all that good stuff. So, you know, keep an eye out for those videos. And also I owe you guys an update video on how the Raptor liner that I put on my truck is doing as well. There's just a ton of stuff coming up with this truck, guys. It's a constant build. I love this truck. I think I've said this before, but like it's mechanically sound, so it's gonna last me easily another 150,000 miles or so. And I can't wait. I love this truck. I love working on it. I love being able to share it with all you guys. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you guys are brand new to the channel. Maybe give the video a thumbs up, and we'll see you next time.